What's that movie where one of the biggest box office stars in the world finds out she's actually a trained Russian spy?
Oh, Salt?
Yes, Salt. Haven't seen that in forever. Welcome back into episode 2 of Haven't Seen That in Forever. We haven't been canceled yet.
Yay!
We made it.
Well, there's still time.
There is time. They can knock on our door right now and say no more.
The cancel police?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
How do you get a $50,000 bonus for that as well?
Oh, gosh. Oh, God.
Student loan forgiveness for all cancel police officers.
Polycharged.
Yeah, that happens. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, well then, with that said, I have an important question for the group. Are you a sleeper cell for the Russian government, Ben?
I don't think so.
You take a lot of trips for work.
But not to Russia.
You're flying tomorrow. Where are you flying?
Vegas?
Where?
Las Vegas?
Why?
Work?
For who? Who do you work for?
Russia, apparently. My name is actually Natasha.
Oh, I knew it.
Well, Natasha, my name is Nikolai, and I'm also not agent.
Oh, his English got so much worse after episode 1.
It did. The cover has been blown. So today we'll be talking about 2010's Salt, starring Angelina Jolie, Liev Schreiber. And
Is it Leave or Liev? I've heard it both ways.
I've only heard it as Leave.
I think I've only heard leave.
Okay, I might have made up Liev.
Yes.
I apologize.
Leave, please reach out to us and let us know if we're saying your name wrong.
Don't leave. Stay for Salt.
Yes.
Boo.
Sorry. I had to.
That was an assault.
Oh.
So wait, are you a sleeper cell agent?
I asked the questions here. No, I am not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good to know that only one of us admitted to it.
Yes. That's probably about the average I feel like we should be batting anyway. 1 out of 3.
Go
Sure.
back in time and tell the U.S. government we weren't all Russians, just a third of us.
Exactly. So when was the first time you saw Salt?
Last night.
It has been 12 hours. Colin?
And I've got some thoughts.
Yeah, all right.
I saw it on a date in college.
Okay.
I went there. I remember seeing it in theaters, and I didn't pay a ton of attention to it. And remember,
Because
I think I was just genuine. It's not anything dirty. I think I just genuinely wasn't really like paying attention to the movie. And then I kind of associated that date with the movie, and
good date, bad date?
it was fine. It was a one-off, but
Not your wife, I assume.
Yeah.
it is not.
Okay.
No. But I remember
It was an okay date. I ended up marrying her.
It's been an okay marriage, I guess.
just like the movie, I'm confused about stuff. No, I saw it in college. I saw it in theaters
Okay.
when I was a little baby freshman.
And I saw it for the first time like 2 weeks ago. So we
Okay.
have two newbies
Okay.
coming at this one.
I apologize for only having seen it last night, but I did watch it.
Well, you got the freshest memory of it. So
I took a lot of notes also because I
Okay.
needed to.
yeah.
Needed a map to follow this story.
All right. Well, with all of that said, let's get into our first segment where we talk about the background that we call And Action.
Cut! All right, that's a cut. What the hell is wrong with that take?
Salt was directed by a gentleman named Philip Noyce. Noyce. He directed Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, so a lot of political thrillers in
Yeah.
his
You
background.
love Tom Clancy.
He did. Bone Collector. Also,
Ooh, good movie.
he directed the pilot of a very forgotten show called Nightmare Cafe.
Never heard of
Yeah,
it.
never heard of it.
Because it lasted like 6 episodes, but it came out in like 1992. Had Robert Englund in it from
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger fame. It was like
Wow.
a Twilight Zone thing. I remember very specifically watching this and liking it even at 10. And I was upset.
Nightmare Cafe.
Yeah.
Is that available to stream anywhere?
I don't know. Probably not, because it lasted like 6 episodes.
You can probably get it pretty cheap on eBay. then.
It's deep in the interwebs if it is on there somewhere. But
Sounds good.
look it up and check out the pilot.
It's probably on YouTube.
Then tell NBC they're stupid for canceling it.
NBC, you're stupid for canceling Nightmare Cafe.
It is. Have we seen any of Mr. Noyce's other movies?
Yeah.
I actually have not.
Oh, you haven't seen Patriot Games? Or
No.
Clear and Present Danger?
I mean, no, I didn't get into the political thriller till I was older.
Clear and Present Danger, that's one of the Jack Ryan ones, yes.
Yeah.
They both are.
They both are.
I'm thinking of the Peacemaker. Never mind.
Clear and Present Danger is the Northern Ireland Jack Ryan, correct? Oh, yeah, 'cause you haven't seen it.
I just know that they're
those
Jack
are
Ryan.
those are the Harrison Ford ones.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
That's
I
correct.
was not thinking I was thinking the Peacemaker with George Clooney, but yes, Patriot Games I've seen as well.
I also really like The Saint, and it's a not
Val
a good
Kilmer.
movie, but yes, it's fun movie.
Elizabeth Shue.
That's correct.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
movie.
He did that one as well.
Good movie. The Bone Collector is really good. I like that one.
So Salt was originally written with a male lead in mind.
hmm
Do we know who that male lead was? One of the
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Ironically, he's in a movie with this male lead.
one of the biggest box office stars ever.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
That is
Bingo.
correct.
That would have been Mission Impossible 3 that they were in together.
With Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Tom Cruise.
But that is one of the reasons
PSH.
why Tom Cruise backed out, was he felt it was too close to his Mission Impossible movies, which it kind of is.
Also, the character, rather than being Evelyn Salt, was going to be Edwin Salt.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that just is a bit of a nah.
Yeah.
Snowden. Is his first name Edwin or Edward?
Edward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So we're this close to getting Tom Cruise in this role, but yeah, I agree. It's pretty close to his Mission Impossible franchise.
He's got enough money.
All of that too. So they pivoted to Angelina Jolie, who was one of the biggest box office stars at the time.
It's a choice.
Well, it is.
It is.
We'll get into how she did in the movie and all that stuff. The main writer, a gentleman named Kurt Wimmer, wrote for movies like Sphere.
One of the best movies of all time. Sphere.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it is a movie.
I love Sphere.
I also Liev Schreiber, I think, was in
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Thomas Crown Affair, The Recruit, Law Abiding Citizen. So also those kind of thriller action movies.
I love Law Abiding Citizen too. Gerard Butler
Yeah.
and Jamie Foxx.
And he
Yeah.
also wrote the Total Recall and Point Break remakes, which I did not
I
see the
would
Point
leave-
Break remake.
I would leave those off my resume personally, but
I never saw the Point Break remake.
I wouldn't.
And I don't remember anything out of the Total Recall remake. I don't recall it.
I don't.
I totally don't recall it at all.
Who was the lead in the Total?
Colin.
Was it Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
our Colin.
Both swings and misses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Swing and a miss. It's the other show.
It is. Anything else on the background of this movie anybody wants to talk about?
I didn't find anything that interesting about the background. I thought it is interesting to see directors and writers kind of stay in one lane.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more, and I'm sure there are plenty of examples, but I'm not thinking of any off the top of my head, but I'd like to see some of those take a turn out of those like political thriller type things, because I think the writing in this movie is not bad.
Right.
I don't think the directing is bad.
Mhm.
So if you apply those two individuals to another type of movie, another genre, I think they'd be pretty good at it. But I didn't really find a whole lot super interesting about these people.
I just wanted to say, I think that the location looks fantastic, and they mostly filmed it in DC and New York. And it shows so easily to me when it's something is filmed in LA and they're trying to say it's in DC
Yeah.
and they're trying to say it's in New York. And then they'll just do one shot of like a postcard view with the Lincoln Memorial or the White House or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think showing scenes in DC look really good in this movie without just being those postcard shots. And I think it's better off for that. I'm glad that they filmed it in those locations.
Yeah. The worst is when they do Vancouver as a stand-in, and you're like, oh man, that is,
And Canada.
yeah.
Oh, hey,
Sorry,
yeah.
Canada. All right, let's move on to our next segment where we talk about the marketing. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
All right, let's start with the movie poster. there are actually kind of two that I came across. They both convey pretty much the same thing. One is Angelina Jolie's just face taking up like 80% of it. It has her name plastered. Angelina Jolie says Salt, and then it says, "Who is Salt?"
Yeah. The minimalist tagline emphasizing the uncertainty about identity, I thought was pretty on the nose.
So if you're, it's a marketing thing of you ask a question because people want the answer. So it's like, I got to see the movie to know who Salt is, but you still don't really know what this is at all unless, it's Angelina Jolie is the one that's driving the marketing for this.
Yeah,
solely.
they weren't going to put Lee Schreiber's face on a poster. I don't.
Well, they could have with her. Like
they could have, and we talked about this in episode 1. Leaning into the supporting cast that's big names is a smart idea.
I think that one of the things about this poster that stands out to me is that it's a la the Matrix marketing campaign of what is the Matrix, who is Salt. But it's a little bit of a harder hit to say who it is, because if you just look at this poster without watching the trailer, I don't think spy thriller. I don't really know if it's like maybe she's a serial killer or whatever, but my mind does not jump to Russian, Cold War, hot war spies.
Mine jumps to this woman fell off a horse and hit her head just to find her identity again.
And then the second poster is pretty much the same thing, except it's all of Angelina Jolie standing, holding a gun, like pointing down, kind of looking to the side. So that conveys a little bit more. This will be she'll have a gun and be shooting things. So it'll be an action-ish movie.
Yeah. That's about all you can gain from these posters.
Yeah. And I don't know, calling the movie Salt, like that's a thing that's on our dinner table. It's a little confusing. Like, is she a spice? Is it a Spice Girl thing? Is this a Spice Girl reboot? Is she Salt Spice?
Salty Spice?
Salty Spice.
I don't know.
And she's just really bitter about everything. She's just angry.
Well, that actually kind of tracks.
Kill all the Spice Girls. That's what she's in this assassin to do.
That might have been a better movie.
It might have been. And then the trailer, you know what? I thought the trailer actually was pretty good. It drives the plot along of the Russian spy bit, doesn't give away any of the 80 twists that are in the movie. It shows a lot of action scenes, the scene where she's jumping from truck to truck and that kind of stuff. So, Angelina Jolie's front and center, shows Lee Schreiber's in the movie. So I think they did a pretty good job of conveying the basis of what this movie is. And if I just saw the trailer, I think I'd be interested in checking it out.
Well, it's not right on the heels of this, but it's coming kind of on the heels of the Bourne franchise.
Yeah.
So kind of positioning a female lead in something similar, I think was a smart play to get people interested through the trailer.
Yep.
It shows hand-to-hand combat. You want to see that in this kind of a movie. It shows really cool stunts. You want to see those. It shows cool locations. You want to see those. And Nels, to your point, I think the biggest thing by far is that it does not walk you through the majority of the plot. It doesn't show all those twists.
Yeah.
It does walk you through the interrogation escape.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. But it says that, it gives away that, she's going to be accused of being a Russian spy. And she looks like she has to clear her name. That's what it looks like the movie is going to be.
It is what it looks like.
Yep.
I think also the trailer, or to me, the poster with just her face on it, I believe that she could be Russian. I fully believe that.
Sure.
I don't think that Tom Cruise could pull that off at all. And in one of those Mission Impossible movies, he does play a Russian or disguises himself as a Russian. I just don't buy it. But Angelina Jolie, I do.
You could just dye his hair blonde like, what was that movie with Jamie Foxx? Collateral Damage?
Collateral. Collateral Damage is an Arnold movie.
Okay. Sorry, Arnold.
Yeah. Arnold will never join the show now.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. So let's move on to the music and soundtrack portion in a category we call That's My Jam.
2, 3, 4.
So this, unlike last week when we talked about Orange County and that was all contemporary music of the time plastered in, that is not the case for a movie like this. This is all score. I don't think I picked up one like quote unquote song
No.
to pick out of this thing. So we are going to talk solely about the score, who it was conducted by a man named James Newton Howard, who has a very, very extensive resume. Grammy Award winner, Emmy winner, Academy Award nominee. He's done Pretty Woman, Prince of Tides, Fugitive, Space Jam, Sixth Sense, Dinosaur, Unbreakable, King Kong.
My Best Friend's Wedding, Junior.
Yeah. The Batman Begins and Dark Knight, those first two movies.
Those were with Hans Zimmer as well.
Yes.
The most decorated composer in movie history.
Probably John Williams.
I was going to
but-
say, I'd throw John Williams.
John
out there,
Williams
too.
probably the most recognizable name. Hans Zimmer, I think, has more awards.
Well, maybe.
I think.
They're both titans.
Yeah,
Yes,
they are.
That's
That's true.
probably the top two. 1 and 1A. And then the Hunger Games series as well. And so he's
Golly.
yeah.
Michael Clayton and Charlie Wilson's War also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy
so
rules.
he
done
does
a lot.
He has done a ton. I named some kind of actiony political thrillers in there, so he's definitely has that vibe to him. I thought the score is fine. I don't have a big ear for music. I can tell if it's really, really good
Mhm.
or really, really bad. Otherwise, it doesn't really stand out. And I don't think a score is really supposed to. It's supposed to like kind of lift the plot, not overwhelm it. And he did a good job in that.
The
aspect.
idea behind a score is that it should set the tone at the beginning,
Yeah.
carry it through in the middle, and then bring it back to what it started with at the end. That's really what a score should be. And I think that he nails it with this.
Yeah.
You set the scene with the beginning. You kind of set for what your sound is. Is it orchestral? Is it brass? Is it upbeat? Is it slow? Is it sad? Eerie, whatever the case may be. And then you fill in that middle part with all those pieces that continue to carry the story, because the score really is like another character of the movie. If it's bad, it's really noticeable.
I also just really appreciate, on a personal note, that he didn't have the stereotypical Russian, basically just like 10 deep voiced men
Yeah.
choral piece that, I don't know, 80% of movies that are similar to this or have like a Russian element.
Very a la Air Force One.
Yes.
When the general's being released from prison, General
Yes.
Radek.
I was really appreciative that we didn't get it crammed on our throats. They kind of just assumed that we were adults.
Well, that was a silly assumption on their part.
Well, just the three of us, sure.
I do love that he has Space Jam in there. That really just sticks out of everything I listed. But that's fantastic.
So did he write Space Jam, the song?
Oh, you want to do a Space Jam? That
Yeah,
one?
that's
I don't know. Did he, maybe
I believe that is an actual song.
it is.
He didn't write I Believe I Can Fly.
No, who did? Let's talk about him.
R. Kelly.
Hey, kids, if you're listening, go ahead and fast forward.
Don't listen to R. Kelly. Don't Google him.
The music group who wrote Space Jam is Quad City DJs,
Ah, that would have been my second guess.
of course.
Yep. Who
That's
doesn't love Quad City DJs?
I don't know. R. Kelly?
He'd like anybody at this point.
Awesome. Any other notes on the score of the music?
That was nice. Notes.
Yeah. Well done, me.
Nope.
Not really. I agree with I agree with what Colin said. I think when you have a movie that has ties to Russia or Germany or any other country where that's going to be a main theme and plot, excusing those musical themes from your score, I think helps keep it pretty broad and generalized. Now, I think it fits more in the scenario I gave with Air Force One. That's a very different movie and a very different tone.
Mm-hmm.
But there are plenty that we can look to, like Colin said, and hear the exact same song
Yeah.
over and over.
That kind
and
of
over
Russian
again.
march.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, I like the score in this movie. I think it's upbeat. It's orchestral, but it has some brass in it as well. It carries the story. There's no lulls in it that I heard. And I think it does a nice job setting the tone at the beginning and tying it together at the end.
Cool. Well, now we're going to do our best to talk about the plot in a,
Oh, buckle up.
in a segment we call I Got the Part.
You hear me, New York? We're gonna be on Broadway because I'm not giving up. I'm still here and I'm staying. You hear that, New York?
All right. Oh, boy. Here we go. So
Where do we
Evelyn
even start?
Salt is a CIA agent.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Then some things happen, and then she might not be anymore. No.
That's not a bad description.
No. So her and her colleague, Ted Winter, played by Liev Schreiber, in the office one day, and a Russian defector, a gentleman named Orlov, comes in and says there's going to be something called Day X, where a Russian sleeper agent called KAs are going to try and destroy the U.S. by assassinating the Russian president who is visiting the U.S. for the U.S. vice president's funeral. We don't hear how he died. I'm guessing that's just natural causes.
We also we talked about this before. We never learned what KA stands for.
Well, I don't think we do either.
We said killer assassin.
That's what we can go with. Why not?
Works for me.
Kremlin assassin.
Yeah, well,
Probably
yeah.
something in Russian, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
So this sleeper agent's going to kill the Russian president, this man says. And he says the person who's going to do it is Evelyn Salt.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's my name.
Yeah. So instead of talking with her colleagues about any of this, she runs away.
Yeah, they immediately sequester her in another room.
Yeah.
And then she just decides to run.
Yeah. Where, to her credit, she MacGyvers like a rocket launcher out of the stuff that's in that room.
Out of a fire extinguisher, right?
Yeah. And
Dude,
like the leg of a table.
Yeah.
When she pulls the leg off that table in the chair, I laughed so hard. I was like, oh, okay. It's that kind of a movie.
It is.
It is. And it doesn't get better.
I want to go back to the very first scene, though, for just a quick second.
Yes.
I think that first scene was incredible. When she was being tortured, it looked
yes.
brutal.
Okay,
I
can we
did skip
also-
over that a little bit.
Can we
but-
also talk about the fact that that's just never brought up again?
Yeah.
Well,
It's just never brought up again. They walk her out of what appears to be a Russian prison. The movie begins
They're
with her
exchanging her, right?
Yeah, they exchange her with somebody. We
North
don't know.
Korea.
Was
prison.
it North Korea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's in this prison being beaten mercilessly
Phew.
and then is walked out by Liev Schreiber and exchanged for a prisoner of theirs. And then that's just how the movie begins. And we never, ever discuss that again.
I was so on board until then, and I'm sorry to August Deal, who plays her husband.
Yes.
But when you show that dumpy guy walking around the corner with like a wrinkly suit that's 3 times too big, and he's married to Angelina Jolie's character, I was like, what the hell is going on here? And obviously it makes more sense during the movie, but in that first second, I was like,
suspending
okay,
disbelief is
Yeah.
tough there.
what are you doing?
I think that was to establish that maybe that's where she fell in love with him for real instead of it was a cover, not to spoil it later. But I think that's what that is supposed to be, is setting that up.
Fair, but
Did she love him?
I don't think she did.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll talk about it.
So anyway, Salt gets out of there. So does Olav with the old knife in the shoe gag. Go gadget knife shoe. Just stabs guys in the
Go
elevator.
gadget
No one
knife
patted
shoe.
this guy down.
No one checked
Of
him.
course.
They didn't check his shoe.
Well,
Take
and
his
Did we
shoes
learn
off.
nothing from TSA?
for real. But
He had pre-check.
Can we talk really quickly about that elevator scene?
Do it.
It's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
I can suspend disbelief for a lot of things in action movies, as we'll see as we continue through some of the ones we have picked out.
Mhm.
But he taps his shoe, the blade comes out. No one notices somehow that he tapped his shoe and a blade shot out of it. There are 2 men there supposedly guarding him. He's not cuffed.
He's behind them.
Yeah.
Why is he behind them? He should be in front of them.
He's behind them. He's not cuffed. He taps his foot. The blade comes out. One kick of it to like the guy's hip apparently kills him or incapacitates him to the point that he can attack the other guy. That guy gets one like in the stomach or in the chest. Still, this is like it's not even a switchblade long blade. It's like a pocket knife.
To be fair, I'm not expecting a toe knife.
No, I'm not either. But that blade's like this long.
It's enough to.
It would hurt.
I don't
It would hurt.
I don't
would
want to get
hurt
stuck
like
in the
hell.
hip with that.
These are CIA agents that are carrying firearms. Like you said, Nels, he's standing behind them. He's not cuffed. He's just told the CIA that someone's going to kill the Russian president.
Not just someone.
And that person is a CIA agent. And they're just like, yeah, man, hop in the elevator. We'll take a ride. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Is
Want a
him-
burger?
Is him in that interrogation scene too, where he explains how they replace people and they bring them up, or is that later?
That's
That's
later.
later.
Okay.
That's later.
Okay.
in the boat.
We'll have many discussions about
Yeah.
that, I'm sure.
Also, just one note when she's escaping too, in that same scene where she builds MacGyver's a rocket launcher, there's a camera in that room that she wants to, she does not want to be watched. And it has external wires to it.
There's two, and she does. I know which one you're talking about, but I want to talk about the second one after this.
And rather than move the camera or unplug the camera, which would never have those external wires, her go-to in a long skirt, by the way, like down below her knees. Oh, I'm just obviously going to remove my underwear and stuff them on the end of the camera.
It's the horniest writing that didn't have to happen.
Why? And
Because whoever was writing it was horny.
to the movie's credit, most of the time, I think she isn't hypersexualized, and that is hard to do with a 2010 movie about a femme fatale in general.
Yeah.
Let alone with Angelina Jolie. But that just came out of nowhere.
They were like,
I rewound. I was like, wait, what?
They're like, how can we get like the 13-year-old boys excited for this movie? She'll take off her thong and put it on the camera.
Jeez.
It was so weird.
The
I
CIA
agree with
agents
you.
watching, they're like, I'll clean up that room.
Shout out to her for doing the rest of this segment commando. Well done.
No kidding.
Yeah, just
But the other camera, she shoots.
yeah.
So you're telling me this potential Russian asset / CIA agent does not care about the number of bullets in the one gun that she has in order to assist her in escaping?
Well, she wasn't wearing 2 pair of underwear, Ben.
Yeah.
Or socks. She didn't have any socks. Throw a shoe at it, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
This is the dumbest. That's not the dumbest part of the movie,
No.
but it's pretty dumb.
So Olav has escaped.
We've made it like 8 minutes.
We
into this
are.
movie.
Salt escapes. She goes, she's worried about her husband because he's not answering his call. She goes back to their apartment, even though you shouldn't do that because that's where everybody thinks you're going to go.
You're skipping a chunk
Which chunk?
when she escapes the building.
Doesn't she go right home?
Or am I mixing up my escape scenes?
No, because there's like more escape after this.
Okay, never mind. Keep going. Ignore me.
So she goes there. You can see there's been a struggle. Husband's not there. So she grabs some weapons. And then her husband is an aracologist, a spider scientist. So she grabs a spider.
And again, this guy being with Angelina Jolie already is crazy. And I'm sorry, I think spiders are cool. I'm sure he's an intelligent, great guy. But he's obsessed with spiders and has a billion spiders around his place.
His
And he
job.
pulls Angelina Jolie?
It's his job. He did not pull her. We'll get to that. She pulled him.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I agree with that, but yeah.
So now to escape scene number 2. And
Yes.
this is where they kind of catch up to her a little bit.
In the apartment.
Well, walking out of, she gets
Yeah.
out of the apartment. They like storm in. She's able to get out along the side of the building
With her dog.
with the dog.
In the
Thank
backpack.
God that
Yes.
she rescued that dog.
gives the
yes.
dog to a neighbor to watch. And then they catch up to her over an overpass and have her kind of cornered. And they're like, give it up. She's like, I'm being framed. Give it up. I'm being framed.
Yes.
What's her one way to escape?
Jumping off a bridge onto a moving truck.
Hell yeah.
I actually think that this chase scene and all of this is one of the best parts of this movie. This scene,
I agree.
these all are awesome.
Yeah.
Except for me, the jump from the first truck to the second truck. Only because in the shot where she's jumping, anybody who's done anything ever in their life and has a functioning brain knows that she jumped way too late and she would have missed that second truck and she would have landed directly on the highway and gotten run over by
Pancake
a Corolla.
batter.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on the first truck. The CIA sets up a barricade for it. So she jumps into an adjacent truck going the opposite direction and manages to escape that way.
With nothing to grab onto.
Nope.
Just lands on said truck. Physics apparently stop at that point.
She
She didn't have her underwear wearing her down.
She was
so-
wearing jeans then, so she was fine.
She put on a new pair. I didn't see it happen.
They didn't put that in the movie.
She had like 6 or so pairs stuffed into her pockets just in case.
In case
That's
there were
what-
more-
yeah.
There were more cameras.
You always overpack underwear when you're going on a trip. Everybody
For
knows that.
cameras.
Yes,
Yes.
that too. Especially
Uh,
if you're using them to block cameras.
Angelina Jolie, by the way, did most of her own stunts in this movie, including that one.
And it shows because I actually made a note of this. She might be the slowest runner I've ever seen in my life. You're watching it and you're like, there's Vespas that could catch her. She looks like she's running in mud.
The worst part too is when you compare it to our near protagonist, Edwin Salt, because if our boy Tommy Cruise was running, you know he would have been track star all day.
Yes, he's a gym class hero. And I don't need her to be Usain Bolt, but I need it to look believable.
Here's a question. Does Tom Cruise take off his jockeys and toss them over a camera?
No, because he'd have to remove the pants and you can't show that in the
He
movie.
could be wearing kilts for a reason.
I guess, yeah.
I assume he'd be wearing a kilt, and he probably would have taken off his jockeys.
That's always what I envision Tom Cruise wearing. Is
As a Russian agent.
like via Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get these cameras off. Oh no, they're after me husband. Me arachnologist husband.
I mean, the ridiculousness of this movie is what it was going to make this.
Well, we're about
episode
to get
great.
to the first one. So Salt kind of gathers herself, and then she ends up going to the funeral of the vice president, where you're kind of like, okay, why is she going to where everybody is and everybody thinks she's going to
Sure,
be?
makes sense.
Well, it's so that she can blow up the ground under the church so the Russian president falls, and she can assassinate him because she actually is a Russian spy.
Or is she?
Which, of course, just going right there, she's a Russian spy. Okay, what's your goal? To kill the head of Russia? Okay, well, I get you're trying to, instill fear and start a war, but I don't know. I will say, when she shoots the organs in that scene, I thought that detail was awesome because it was scary, the noise that they all made when they were, that was really
that was
effective.
pretty cool. That was a cool scene. But yeah, it like the idea that she's going to a place where everyone who's looking for her is going to be just so she can assassinate the president of her country.
Yeah.
To start a war between both countries. I feel like there were easier ways to do that.
Well, never know.
Man.
So she could have also shot the gentleman who captured her, a gentleman named Daryl Peabody, another counterintelligence officer.
What's his real name?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I think he's one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah,
as
he's
an
been in a
actor.
ton of stuff. He always kind of plays that guy, that kind of serious authority figure. He's very, very good at that.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yep, nailed it.
He's also in 12 Years a Slave and The Martian. He's very good in both of those.
Yes, indeed. So he's the one who actually apprehends her, brings her in. Russian president is pronounced dead. And this is my favorite part, where Salt escapes. She's in the back of the police vehicle. They finally have her apprehended.
I do like this part.
She manages to headbutt both officers behind her to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And then grabs the taser of the driving officer and tases him. And every time she tases him, he hits the gas.
Yes. I
That was
thought
awesome.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Kind of a la Ratatouille. She's like driving the car by tasing him.
Yeah. She takes it off. The gas goes off. She's turning. She's
She
like,
throws it in reverse at one point and tases him again to back up.
oh, it was fantastic.
Question though, why was NYPD doing this? I mean, we're talking World War III is about to start. The CIA's involved, the Secret Service is involved, and just some local beat cops are like, well, we'll drive her in.
Yeah. I assume to be helpful, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not like we've seen the CIA be competent up to this point either. So
Fair.
That's a good point. In the movie, please
Yeah.
don't come after us.
no. So this is the point where we get the flashback that she is the Russian spy. She was trained as a youth alongside Black Widow. This is actually in the MCU. We didn't know this.
And what's her name? Natasha.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
yeah.
they can't come up with two names.
Well, honestly, when you said Tom Cruise was being considered for this, I imagine that they would have named him Boris.
Yeah.
Because they just saw Rocky and Bullwinkle and they're like, well, we nailed it.
And they, at the very young age, they give her the identity of Evelyn Salt and say that her parents died in a car crash in the Soviet Union. So that's kind of her cover story for many, many years until this point.
And the very first sleeper agent, by the way, that they replaced was Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
I did.
What?
I did do a little bit of research
Twist.
on that. He did go to Russia, the Soviet Union at that time, to denounce his
Okay.
American citizenship. So that part is true.
Okay.
He actually ended up going to the American embassy in Moscow, denouncing his citizenship and turning over his passport, which he would then eventually come back and say he made a mistake and get it back, leading him back to the United States for the assassination of JFK.
There
Okay.
you go. So now we are approaching twist number 2
Out of
out of 7.
611.
Salt meets back up with Orlov, the Russian gentleman from the beginning, on the barge out on the river. And this is where she finds out that her husband Mike has been kidnapped. And to test Salt's loyalty, Orlov has him drowned in front of her to see if she reacts.
Brutal.
Yeah. This is a really, really rough scene.
It is. He's like slowly drowned, and she has to just stare and watch and not have any reaction at all, which she does.
He makes eye contact with her the
The
whole
whole
time.
time, yeah.
Whoa.
What did this guy do also?
He
No,
named
Is that's what you guys saw, right? That because there's 2 versions of this movie. That's the director's cut. I guess in the
Oh.
original theatrical, you probably don't remember, Colin, but he just shoots her, or he just gets shot.
Oh,
The husband.
I watched the drowning one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't remember the original, but I remember what I saw last week.
Yeah,
It
okay,
was
good.
Drowning.
so if you see,
He died twice.
yeah, if
Poor
you,
guy.
Crazy.
So if you are watching this movie for the podcast and you see that
If he get-
version where he gets shot,
If
that's
he
why
gets shot in your version, know that we watched the other one.
we watched the better version.
What
Did we?
What do y'all
Well,
think
that's a
about
better
his-
part. That's like there's like 2 parts that are different that I picked up on.
Now that he's gone and behind us, what do y'all think about the name that he gave that spider?
What was it again?
It was like the Peter Best spider.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
the drummer before Ringo.
Yeah.
I think-
he didn't get to be a beetle, but
Uh-huh.
he got to be a spider.
I think his next spider he was going to name Drew Bledsoe.
Maybe, yeah, the
That's a
Bledsoe
good- that's a
spider.
good
That's kind of yeah.
That's a good joke.
And for the listeners, that was the quarterback who got injured before Tom Brady.
That is cool.
That's a good joke. I like that one.
So Orlov says that her and another KA will assassinate the U.S. president next. Get this war really going.
Get it really moving.
A dead vice president and a dead Russian
Yeah.
president isn't enough.
Twist 2. Salt instead kills Orlov by smashing him in the head with a bottle of vodka and stabbing him many, many times in the face with the broken end of it.
Yeah.
Also
then-
brutal.
And then throwing grenades all over the boat, killing everybody on the boat.
Yeah.
So she isn't a Russian spy now?
At this point, I am thoroughly confused, but I assume that they're going to land this plane.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert. They do not.
So she meets up with the other assassin, who's supposed to be like a Czech NATO liaison guy. He played the bad guy in Ant-Man and
Ant-Man.
Wasp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's how I recognize him.
Looks-
I was like, I know that guy.
Pretty identical,
Again,
except
this
for the
is
fake
an
scar.
MCU movie. I just you can't get around it. So she has to dress up as a dude and wear makeup.
And not a good disguise.
No, this was not
a
good at all.
disguise. This is terrible.
Do you think there were any male CIA agents or something who questioned their heterosexuality when they saw
If you
him walk in?
If you are a heterosexual male and you find her dressed up like that attractive, you're not heterosexual. Just so you know.
I like really shiny rubber faces.
She doesn't even look like a man. She looks like a Muppet.
She looks like a monster.
Yes, it's
like-
whoever did the makeup for this movie should never be allowed to do it again.
It looked like a caricature drawing.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to go gray man where you just blend in, mission failed
Very
so hard.
much
Because
so.
if I'm in the White House or wherever they are, I'm doing a triple take and just staring like,
You know, every child that came across her in that getup was like, "Mom, what's that?" And the mom
Get
was
in the
like,
car, sweetie.
"I don't know, but we don't want to be around it. I can tell you that."
So this is where the second assassination attempt gets launched. The liaison officer goes kamikaze and just bum rushes the president, trying to kill him. Of course, he doesn't get anywhere close because he's
Who
surrounded.
is Corey Stoll
Yes,
from
Corey
House
Stoll.
of Cards and The Better Sister.
Yes. So they take him out, but that whole thing was just a ruse to get the president down into his bunker. So the president's now down in his bunker, along with Agent Winter, Lee Schreiber,
Mhm.
and some other dignitaries, department or Secretary of Defense, and all that.
breather.
Everyone take a breath because this is going to get even crazier.
So Salt, who I'm still not sure whose side she's on, manages
Or
to
what gender at this point?
Yeah. Well, she gets down to. Is this where she rips off the face?
Yes.
She like hides away and then she
Yeah,
rips off
yeah,
his
yeah.
face. Okay. She manages to get down to the bunker, the outer part of it, before it's sealed. Russia is mobilizing its nuclear arsenal in response to their president's assassination. U.S. president says, we got to get ready. So this is where twist number 3, 4, or 5 happen.
It
And
all happened really quickly.
Winter kills everybody in the bunker because he is a Russian sleeper agent.
So now we have Angelina Jolie, Evelyn Salt, who is accused of being a Russian asset, turns out to be one, watches husband die to prove loyalty to Russia. Then, in attempt to save president from another assassination attempt, we find out boss of Angelina Jolie, real Russian agent.
I liked their chemistry. I liked her and Liev Schreiber's chemistry throughout the movie too. I thought that was good.
that.
But
Liev Schreiber's not bad in anything.
did y'all hear or read about how Liev Schreiber accidentally spoiled that big twist when he was doing an interview on The Daily Show?
We probably couldn't keep them all straight.
Well,
Yeah, no kidding.
So he was being interviewed on The Daily Show about around this release, and they're giving the description of the movie, and they're like, okay, so it's about this like sleek double agent who is CIA but also maybe Russian, and you don't know which side they're on. And he goes, what are you talking about, Angelina or me? And then he immediately tried to back it up a lot, and he's like, well, I meant like just the CIA part, not the Russian part.
Oh.
Like, oh, come on, man.
Come on, Liev, get it together.
It
Cotton
happens.
Weary would never do that.
So this is where there's another difference between the theatrical cut and the director's cut. In the theatrical cut, he just incapacitates the U.S. president. In the director's cut, we saw him, he kills him.
Yeah.
Just straight up assassinates the U.S. president.
Yeah.
Including everybody else that was in the room, like the Secretary of Defense is in the room.
Yep.
Is like the Speaker of the House the president now because the Vice President died?
That would be the next in line, yeah.
I also like when the guy he's pointing the gun. I got a good chuckle out of me. He points the gun to the guy next to the president, and he goes, "I'm the national security advisor," and he goes, "Not anymore." And it's just a voiceover off screen of "Not anymore." Oh.
Do we know who's in line past Speaker of the House? Is it like,
Majority whip
is it?
and then minority whip.
Okay. When does Secretary of Agriculture get there? I feel like we're getting pretty quick as far as
There's going to be like 35 people. at
we're
least.
They're
getting
probably
there.
replacing people at the top before that happens.
I would imagine so.
We're
They'll
getting
swear in a new president first.
We're getting there pretty quick. So, I guess Tarkovsky, that's Winter's actual name,
Nikolai,
Nikolai Tarkovsky.
which I think is a defenseman for the Red Wings in the 80s.
Well,
And a CIA/Russian
yeah,
asset.
That's true.
His post-hockey career took a turn.
It really did.
So he begins targeting missiles at Mecca and Tehran to incite the anger of all the Muslims. So he's really just trying to get.
And they turn so quickly from a war between Russia and the United States to let's target all the Muslims.
If his goal
Well, they
is,
want the U.S. to get just obliterated.
I
is
understand.
what this is.
I understand. But it's like they really were not super particular about
No.
who they bombed or why. They were just like, yeah, they hate us. Let's do that.
So Salt is like on the outside of the bunker, and she's like trying to talk her way in and being kind of flirty and like, "Oh, you're really on my side now.
Mhm.
Yeah, what she kept saying,
I want to be with you, or I want to be.
let me in.
Yeah.
Or I want to be let in.
I want to be a part of this."
Yeah, something like she had a phrase that she said like 9 times in a matter of like a 2-minute speech.
Yeah.
And even I was watching with my wife, even she was like, that is so desperate. Like, it really is.
But the TV that is in the bunker announces that the Russian president is still alive
Dun, dun, dun.
because he was not shot with a bullet. He was shot with spider venom, only to incapacitate him and make it look like he was killed.
Okay, how long was there in between the
Twist
paramedics on the site saying, "I don't feel a pulse," and like days later? I mean, if they pronounced him dead on site,
Is this like, it's
Do
like
they just,
one
like-
day later, isn't it?
I was going to say, this happens very quickly.
even 24 hours though. I mean, what?
That's the Pete Best spider, man.
That's the Pete Best.
It's got-
That's the Pete Best.
It's 24 hours of death paralysis.
Death paralysis,
Exactly.
apparently.
So that's when Tarkovsky Winter realizes Salt's not on his side, and he says, "Guess what? This will all be blamed on you, and I get to still be a CIA guy." But she manages to break in somehow.
Which, really quickly on that point, first of all, can we go back to the idea that she doesn't respect how much ammunition she has in her weapons?
Sure.
Because before she breaks in, she fires what appears to be about 48 bullets at clearly bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Just wasting ammo.
Yeah.
Round 2, you stop. One is a good shot. You know, you got to take your
For dramatic
try.
effect, yeah.
2, you're a little emotional by this end of the clip.
Yeah. It's
Salt.
insane. And how I hope that this is not actually the construction of the presidential bunker, because she was able to just shoot a machine gun at the concrete for about 5 seconds, and it completely crumbles to the point that she's able to grab the electrical wiring
Yep.
for the bunker out of the concrete.
Yep. Yeah, gets her way in there, and her and Tarkovsky wrestle a little bit. She's able to abort the missile launch, so we're not killing a bunch of Muslims. Yay. But the reinforcements come in and incapacitate her.
Shoot her
And-
in the back, right?
Yeah, she was wearing a vest, though.
Yeah.
And Winter Tarkovsky says, no, I'm CIA. So he's still like under his ruse. So she's being let out in chains, and Tarkovsky's getting checked at like the top of a balcony.
And this is my least favorite part of the movie.
I like the way it was done, but it's really stupid that they would just have those two people within 50 miles of each other at this point.
Why were her handcuffs of 2 feet long?
She's like, they've got leg braces on her hands.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there and somehow just, I found a pair of surgical scissors.
Yeah.
The paramedic left his bag unattended. So I grabbed the medical scissors, and in front of everybody, his plan is apparently to stab her with the scissors, which I'm not quite sure how you walk yourself out of that one.
Well, I went crazy because I saw her kill the president. And
No,
I don't know.
No.
But instead, she gets to jump on him, gets that chain around his neck, and jumps off the balcony. So like all her weight is pulling
Oof.
on his neck.
It was pretty rough.
It was a cool way to take him out.
And it looks
it's a-
pretty awesome. I mean, it's
Yeah.
brutal
It's
and gory.
It's a really stupid scene, but that was cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. So she still hasn't been killed.
We're not even at there's still like 3 twists. And there's like 11 minutes left in this movie at this point.
So he's dead.
Did we
Oh.
get confirmation?
Yes.
I mean, his head was a lot higher up. His neck was a lot longer
Yeah.
than it
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
He looked like a giraffe.
So she's finally getting transported by Agent Peabody.
Chittenden. No,
No, maybe go back and look it up.
I had Chimney
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yes, Chiwetel Ejiofor.
That's why we just call he's
Peabody.
Peabody.
I had Chimney Chikwa in my head. He used to play for the Buckeyes.
So he has Salt in custody in the helicopter, and she manages to talk her way out of that by saying, I could have killed you when you got the drop on me after the Russian president, but I didn't. And then he's not dead because I just shot him with spider venom. This whole thing proves my innocence. And he says, yeah,
Jump
I will let
into
you
the
go now.
Hudson.
I will let you go. So he unlocks her keys, gives her a signal to jump out into the water, and she just busts out of the helicopter into the water. The
Beca-
end.
And she's going to go hunt down the other KAs.
Salt dissolves in water.
Wait, did you watch the theatrical?
No. Yeah, there is a part at the end where they're doing a voiceover of the new president.
Oh, you and I watched different versions then.
No, that you can hear that last part where they're talking. It's like the voiceover of like whoever the new president is, I guess Speaker of the House at this point,
Yeah.
and he talks about his parents died in Soviet Russia,
Yeah.
like a plane crash, right?
indicating that he's probably a
Yeah.
KA agent too.
Okay.
That's it.
That's all you had in your version?
Well, that's where it ends.
Not in mine.
What do you got?
Oh.
In mine, she's not in the helicopter. She's in an interrogation room. This is crazy. I thought okay, so let me explain to you how the version that I watched ended. And this is actually the ending is what made me hate this even more. So I might have liked it a
More.
little bit more if I got your ending, but I promise you this is what I watched. You can confirm with my wife. So after that, she's not in the helicopter. She's in an interrogation room with Peabody. And he's asking her a bunch of questions, and she leans her head back and cracks her tooth and says, they gave us these fake teeth so that if we were ever captured, we'd kill ourselves. And she guzzles down cyanide, and she said, that's why I killed Winter, because I didn't want him to get the jump on it and kill himself. So they call for a medic. They rush her into a hospital room that appears to be right next door to this interrogation room. Angelina Jolie is doing the absolute worst acting I've ever seen in my life of a seizure. Which I'm not quite sure if you drink cyanide that causes a seizure, but anyway, you can physically see her lift herself with her legs on the bed to imitate a seizure.
Jeez.
They don't have her cuffed, which is apparently a theme of this movie. She's not strapped to the bed at all. So they go to give her a shot of something as an antidote to cyanide. She jumps off the bed, attacks all of them, steals a gun, and escapes from the hospital. Cut to, she goes back to the school where she was trained, and who's sitting at the desk? Orlov. He's the headmaster of this school.
So you didn't ever see him get killed in the boat?
I didn't, and I didn't say anything at the time.
Oh.
But he was the headmaster at this school.
Well, we know that.
Yes, but we see
He's
him there,
still there.
and he's looking through files. He's looking at different kids he wants to bring in. And Angelina Jolie comes in dressed in a burqa and sits down a tray of tea, and he says, "Can I help you?" And she sits down, and he turns and looks at her and goes, "My daughter." And then he kicks the toe blade out from a sitting position from apparently
Chekhov's toe blade.
Yeah. From apparently 8 to 10 feet away, tries to kick her while still sitting. She shoots him 3 times and then ties him to a rock and rolls him into a lake and lets the rock pull him down and drown him. Then she blows up the school, and that's how the movie ends. With the kids still inside. So she just kills all these kids that are training to be assassins. And then the movie ends, and we're all like, "Yay, Salt, you saved America."
What? I'm gonna say the movie just got a little bit better that I watched because I didn't have to sit through all that.
I literally have notes about like the fake suicide. What are we doing here? How is this guy the headmaster of the Russian spy school?
Where'd you watch the movie on?
iTunes or Apple TV, whatever.
Wow.
I still, and
I
again,
mean, I'm looking at like other versions, and I don't see
it's
anything
I think
about
it was
that
the
being.
extended director's cut. I think.
I guess so.
The special cut. I didn't imagine it. I promise.
I believe you, but oh man, okay.
We still never got resolution to the beginning of the movie.
No
matter which version we watched. Twists and turns feel like the writers wrote 5 different movies at once to me, and then they just kind of all melted them together and said, "Good enough."
This is what we got.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I hated this movie.
All right, well we'll get to that. Let's start with what everybody else thought in
Sorry.
in a segment we call "You Love Me, You Really Love Me."
8 Oscars, $400 million, and you saved Tug Stevens' career.
I couldn't have done it without you, Sloan.
Really?
No, dickhead, of course I couldn't. A nutless monkey could do your job.
Well,
So it was a big hit. It made almost $300 million on a budget of about 118. Not surprising given the star power and how it was marketed. Like we said, hey, political action thriller, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Not surprised that it made money.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it made much after the first weekend, just with word of mouth. Although they got $4 out of me yesterday.
Second weekend, ticket sales declined by 45.9%. So
Well,
There you go. I know this isn't about reception. I just saw this note and I forgot to bring it up in cast.
sure.
Andre Braugher
Yeah.
from Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Yeah.
has a very small non-speaking cameo.
He's the Secretary of Defense.
Yes, but he never
he
speaks.
was.
He has like,
was.
he has like,
Not anymore.
no. Well, and yeah,
Oh, also.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
every
Oh,
aspect.
man, for real.
The critics pretty much said what we did. Good action scenes, insane plot.
Yeah.
The general consensus. It has higher ratings than I thought it would on
It's got
everything.
62% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think they mistyped and didn't mean to hit the 6.
I think Angelina Jolie is one of those actors, though, who has a deep following who will see her, at least used to. You know, this movie's 16 years old, but who would go to see that movie, if not just because she's in it. So I'm not surprised that it did well. I'm with you, Ben. I'm more surprised on the like audience score, so to speak.
Cinema score average is a B+.
That's
Wild. That's wild. I did see some comments that people really liked Angelina Jolie's committed physical performance. They thought it had clean and relentless pacing, which I'm starting to feel like. Did you guys watch Friends?
Yes.
not really.
Do you remember the episode where they're deciding who can say what about Joey's new show? And
Yes.
somebody's like, I'm going to do lighting. They're like, no, you got lighting last time. Reading some of these comments, it felt like that, where it's like, it existed.
Yeah.
And there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's like, yeah, but somehow it still gets a B+.
It received 1 Academy Award nomination.
If you say it's for makeup.
Do you?
You're not far off. It's sound editing, right?
It was best sound mixing,
Mixing,
Okay,
which
yeah.
lost to Inception.
Well,
So-
that's fair. And as a podcast group, we understand the difficulty of sound mixing.
Yeah.
We don't sound that great, but this is the best we can offer.
There were talks of doing a sequel, as it kind of was hinted at towards the end of the one that Colin and I watched. But the director, Philip Noyce, said it really wasn't anywhere for him to go with it. A script never came along that Angelina Jolie liked. There was talk of doing
Franchise, right?
a show,
Oh, a show.
making a show out of it. That didn't really happen. So I'm guessing we're probably not seeing anything else Salt related.
Did y'all see Roger Ebert's
Yeah.
score?
I did not.
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
Okay.
He said it was a damn fine thriller.
he's wrong.
I got it.
He's wrong.
Now, this came out in 2010.
Correct.
He passed in 2013. So I'm wondering.
Was he sick?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's just like, he was in his effort mode.
everything was great.
He was in his effort mode. I'm going to tell you what I really, really think.
Well,
I don't have any prestige to hold up
'cause-
anymore. I like Salt.
Because in the last episode,
Don't
we talked
judge
about-
me.
We talked about how he gave Orange County 3 out of 4 and how much we all liked that. You're telling me he liked Salt better than Orange County.
That's what he said.
Okay.
He said, it's a damn fine thriller. It's gloriously absurd. The movie has holes in it big enough to drive the whole damn movie through. Laws of physics seem to be suspended here in the same way as in the Roadrunner cartoon. 4 out of 4.
None of that says 4. He hit the wrong button.
Did he mean to do like out of 10 or
100.
20?
It's a 4 out of 7,000.
All right. Do we want to rate this baby?
Yeah, I'll start because I can.
Go for it.
What are we rating it on?
Let's do it out of 5 knife shoes.
Knife shoes.
Chekhov's knife shoe. Classic.
This movie is a mess. From the opening scene that has no resolution to the constant twists and turns that really lead us to dead end after dead end in terms of entertainment. The inability to capture a true story while trying to maintain visual entertainment with all the chase scenes and the defying of physics. The only redeeming quality to this movie is Liev Schreiber. In my opinion, I think Angelina Jolie's performance is lackluster. I think there are so many problems with this movie that I lost count after about the 30th minute. The ending I saw was so ridiculously stupid and absurd that I'm really sad you guys got to see one that made more sense.
Yeah.
I really, really, really did not like this movie, and
Okay.
I'm giving it a half.
Okay.
1/2 shoe knife.
1/2 shoe
Is that the
knife.
shoe half or the knife half?
It's the shoe half because I honestly think that's more dangerous than the butter knife that comes out of the shoe. So I'm giving it a half out of 5.
Okay.
All right. I was confused during this movie, but not because of the twists so much as I was where it wanted to go. I think that this movie, if anything, if I'm going to do a little work for it, I'm making it like a mini series, 8 episodes long. I liked the runtime, but I never say this, almost think it needed more or significantly less to do anything with the paper thin plot.
I'm so happy there wasn't more.
The highlight to me was the practical stunts over CGI. I thought that Jolie was good. I enjoyed her performance. It's not necessarily the most standout, but I thought she looked good, looked believable. I loved Liev Schreiber. I loved Peabody. I thought that as some of the other people were just really forgettable. So the cast doesn't really do it for me. The filmography is okay. The score is okay. I'm going to give it 1.5 because I did like the look of it and I like the action scenes. So I'm going to give it 1.5 shoe knives. Nels, back to you.
All right. I was a big fan of the show 24, Kiefer Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
And there was rumors for years of there being a 24 movie.
Yeah, there still are, aren't there?
I don't think so.
Not as much.
Like an actual on the screen movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like if this was a 24 movie, this would have worked better as that.
Okay.
It's almost in that same vein. 24 had a ton of like, spies and moles and twists and turns and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And I felt like this could have worked as that. But it wasn't that. Angelina Jolie's never been my favorite. She did fine. I like the action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
To Colin's point, it's short. It's 100 minutes. So just a little over an hour and a half, which is actually kind of short for a political thriller where you're
Yeah.
trying to jam a bunch of stuff in.
Yeah.
Maybe that is part of the problem, as Colin said. Some of this was a little more fleshed out and we weren't asking like, what? the entire thing.
What was a common theme when I watched
It
it?
was.
Yeah.
I'll give it the highest because I would watch this again just for the action.
Yep.
I'll give it 2.5 out of 5.
Okay. Still a failing grade from all of us.
It is. I was thinking too, but tasing the cop to make the car go faster, you get an extra half shoe knife for that.
That's a good point.
That's about why it went from a 0.25 for me to a 0.5.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie before. So the ingenuity on that one, well done.
Okay, guys, that was Salt from 2010. If you want to watch it, go for it.
By my standards, these podcasts are always the best when it's a movie we just shit on. Nobody wants to hear like, oh, this was great, this is great. No, you want to hear the bad. So
I honestly, I really thought that I was going to like this movie because it ticks a lot of boxes that I enjoy when I watch a movie. But my goodness.
So are y'all recommending that if someone hasn't seen this in forever, are we saying they should or should not watch it?
I think you should at least see it once because we're not the end all be all. You might love it. I have no idea. And if you watch it and love it, or if you've seen it and love it, send us an email, shoot us a message.
It's somebody's favorite movie.
It has to be.
So
Yeah, every movie is.
Yep.
There's somebody out there for every movie.
So come yell at us on our socials. HSTIF, HStiff podcast. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Send us an email.
Yeah.
Same.
HStiffpodcast@gmail. Yell at us. Tell us we're stupid. Rate us. 1 star, 5 star, hopefully 5.
5.
Yeah.
Well, stars. Give us shoe knives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or orange slices from episode 1.
exactly.
All right. That's it for episode 2. Thank you for joining us. Next week, we will be discussing 1994's The Flintstones.
Ooh, yabba dabba do.
Talk to you then.